Michael Williams, your island chef. Welcome to my kitchen. Halloween is just around the corner. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm kind of scared. I always get scared around Halloween. All kinds of crazy things happen. I don't want to scare you too much, but we're actually going to do some spooky recipes on this show. Healthy Halloween recipes, okay? We're going to do 3. We're going to start off with a watermelon monster salad. From there, we're going to move on to some bloody finger hot dogs. And then we're going to finish it off with some strawberry ghosts, okay? Yeah, I don't like ghosts, but I'm going to push through and I'm going to get it done just for you. All of that coming up on today's show. Making sure my knife is nice and sharp so that I can make some healthy Halloween recipes. But first, let's talk about the Glow for Hope fundraiser. You might be seeing these bracelets around town, including Country Grocer. You can see I bought a whole whack of them here for my family so that I can support the Canadian Cancer Society. As you know, they're raising money for kids, families in, desperate times, difficult situations. Great fundraiser to support. And I've got mine. You can get yours too. Now.
Dad, I heard you're doing Halloween recipes. How about Rutabaga's awesome Halloween recipe?
God, that's a fantastic idea. Like goblin snot and popping chocolate spiders.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, thanks. I'll let you know when it's ready.
Okay, bye.
This is gonna be perfect. Not only is Rutabaga the adventure chef, but he's also got some fantastic recipes included, which are going to be great for our show. Popping chocolate spiders. Perfect. We'll check that out later. Now we're ready to get into our first recipe, watermelon monster salad. So the first thing we need to do is make our watermelon monster, yeah? All right, so we're going to take a watermelon and we're going to kind of carve it like a pumpkin, okay? Now, we want it to be nice and stable when we're finished, so just before I get into carving, I'm going to cut an edge off the bottom so it sits nice and flat. So, that'll give us a nice flat bottom to work with. Now what I want to do is I'm going to carve out a mouth. So at this stage, I'm going to grab a marker so we can draw what we're going to carve. Now I'm just going to do a mouth. So we're looking at some teeth like that. Make it nice and big, because if it's not too big, then it's going to be hard to get the the watermelon out of the watermelon. That would be actually really cool if there was pineapple inside watermelon, but alas, there's not, so we'll stick with the watermelon. Okay, so now let's get carving. So I've never actually done this before. I'm just trying to think of the best way to do it. With this little hole I've cut in the bottom, I think I might try and get some of the watermelon, or the pineapple, whatever you want to call it, out of the watermelon so that first of all, we need some for our salad, right? And then it also might just make it easier, just like when you're carving a pumpkin, if you get the fruit out first. So I'm just getting in there with my knife, cutting around and kind of going like so. There we go. It's getting relatively hollow now. We'll get nice and hollow up by where we're about to start carving. And I think we'll be laughing. Laughing or maybe screaming, I'm not sure. To be continued. All right. So now let's actually grab us a bowl so we can keep our cutting board nice and tidy. And being that this is a watermelon, got lots of water there. So I always like to keep things neat and tidy and clean. Okay, that'll get us through for the next little bit. Let's use our little paring knife here and start carving out our teeth. So no different than carving a jack-o'-lantern. We're carving ourselves a pumpkin monster, or a watermelon monster. So once you get your teeth and the outline done, we'll go back in there and do any touch-ups we need to, and we should have a nice looking scary watermelon mouth in front of us. You know what? I didn't even think of carving a watermelon until I was looking up ideas for this show. And I think it's a pretty cool idea. Okay, we're all the way around now. So I'm just gonna stick my hand in here and see where we've got pieces that are still connected. We're all separated there. At this stage you want to be fairly careful, because if you're aggressive with it, then you might break one of the teeth. Okay, all right. So now we'll just trim up a little bit. This is looking great though, I think. Oh, we got one tooth left there. And maybe we've got our Sharpie. I used a permanent marker, so we're gonna have to make sure to cut those off. Actually, you know what? I just had an idea just to bring this up a little bit. Bring it up another level. If we make our teeth white, I think this will look even better. So if I just trim the green off, score it like so, not too deep because we don't want to compromise, and then go like so. Then we've got white teeth. I think this is adding a nice little extra element to our watermelon monster. So let's carry on and get the rest of the teeth done. So again, I've done that nice little score right up to the top of the tooth. So when I cut in here, I get close and then I can just kind of break it off. And it's pretty easy. Okay. That's looking good. Now we'll do the bottom teeth. Oh, I didn't score these guys yet though, did I? So I'll do the score down here. Like so. And voila. One more on the top. I think we're looking good. What do you think? How's that looking? Now, I don't want to carve out too much of the insides here because I think it adds a nice element with that red in there. Like, you know, inside of my mouth it's red too, right? Watermelon monsters have a red inside to their mouth. So I think we're happy with that. We're gonna leave him like so. Let's get the rest of our fruit salad off of here and let's work on the eyes. So, this is my idea. I don't know if it's gonna work. Let's find out. Yeah, I think it's gonna work. We need 2 of those. Okay, and I've got a couple of toothpicks. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna stick this right into our watermelon. And this isn't the pointy side, so it's a little bit trickier. There. How's that? I think that's looking good. I like this eye kind of drooping down actually. Makes him look a little crazier. Okay, okay. All right, I think it's looking pretty good. I'm happy with this. Let's go ahead and finish off our fruit salad. So we're gonna have some pears, some nectarine, some plum. We'll just cut these up and get them diced, just, you know, like a normal fruit salad kind of deal, bite size. We're gonna take some of our watermelon as well. Now I've got a bunch of pieces of watermelon that aren't gonna really work for our fruit salad, so what I'll probably do is just freeze those and maybe use them in a smoothie another day, okay? We've got a nice chunk of watermelon here, so we'll cut these into bite size. Okay, those guys will get onto our plate. These guys will get onto our plate. Time for some nectarine. Just cutting on either side of the pit there. End it up with a little bit of that stuff. Kids are gonna eat that and be like, what is that? I can't eat that. It's just part of the pit, man. Okay, get that into our fruit salad. Now a little bit of pear. Same idea as the nectarine, was just cut on either side of the core this time. It's not a pit this time, it's a core. Okay. Beauty, I think we're laughing here. So now, we'll just kind of mix this up a little bit. I'm happy with this. All right, time for some bloody finger hot dogs. So what the idea is to just do a little bit of carving on this hot dog to make it kind of look a little bit like a finger. So first step, fingernail. Okay, so all I'm gonna do here, we just wanna make this look like a finger. And the way we're gonna do that, get the right side, I'm just gonna carve kind of the shape of a fingernail here. It's a little bit curved on this end. Okay, all the way around. And then we're just going to kind of peel that top layer off. I don't know how well we can peel it like that. That should do it, yeah. And just by changing the color there, when we go and roast this hot dog, it's gonna look a little bit different, and it's gonna give it the illusion that there's a fingernail there. That's the easy way. Okay, now we've got our fingernail section ready to go. So now we need some, some knuckle joints. We do that, our first knuckle's right here, just by scoring it. Give it a few scoring marks, and then when we go to roast it, they kind of split and separate, and another knuckle right about here. Okay, score, just give it a bit of a scratch, and then give it a couple marks here and there everywhere. It makes it look a little bit more realistic. All right, so you can see it already looks like a finger. Once we get her roasted up, it'll have even more of that effect. So I'm just gonna do these other two real quick. Our trusty little toaster oven is gonna do the trick here. I'm just trying to keep those fingernails and knuckles up in the air. Time to make some goblin snot. Grab our ingredients. Now, something I always teach when I'm doing my cooking lessons, make sure you read the recipe before you start making it, so you know exactly what's happening. So let's take a look at our recipe here. Goblin snot, 1 ripe kiwi, got that. Lemon lime soda, pineapple juice, coconut milk, check. Okay, chop the kiwi in half, squeeze the insides of one of the halves into the glass and swish it around. Okay, I got that. Now pour the pineapple juice, the lemon lime soda into the glass. Slowly pour the coconut milk over the mixture. Take the fork and give it a few quick stirs so the soda fizzes up. And bingo, you've made goblin snot. Thanks, rutabaga. Perfect, let's do it. All right, so we're gonna cut our kiwi in half here. Squeeze the kiwi into the glass. Wow, that was easy. That was really easy. Okay, now I need a fork. So we're gonna mash that kiwi up. Yeah, looking good. He said make sure it's really mashed. Okay, now it is. Let's get our pineapple juice in there. Whoa, I missed. Whew, I'm making a mess. Let's get our lemon lime soda in there. I guess we need to fill this all the way up though, hey? Almost. And then we'll finish it off with a little bit of coconut milk. Which gives it that nice, snotty kind of color. Give it a bit of a stir. There we have it. Goblin snot, perfect. Aha! Our fingers are ready. All right, so let's finish off our hot dogs here. We've got our goblin snot. Get our fingers into the buns. All right, pretty creepy looking fingers, wouldn't you say? Now all we need is the blood. So, I have to say, these bloody fingers are pretty gross looking. What do you think? You know, this is actually really kind of creepy looking, but here goes. Great. So, I've got some goblin snot. I'm eating a finger. That's 2 recipes down. Coming up next, popping chocolate spiders and strawberry ghosts. All right, so ladies, gentlemen, children, it's time to do the dessert portion of our show. The scary, popping, chocolate, spiders, and strawberry ghosts. Oh no. Okay. There's something you need to know first about melting chocolate. We've got some dark chocolate here, which is what I want to bring your attention to. Now, we have 2 choices when it comes to melting our chocolate. One is in the microwave, and when you do it in the microwave, you want to do it just short segments of time, 10 seconds. And then stop and give it a stir, 10 seconds. Otherwise we might burn it, especially with the white chocolate. You saw our dark chocolate was in this double boiler here, also known as a bain-marie. Okay, so that chocolate's been melted over top of a bain-marie. Now, it's gonna need probably about 40 seconds or so. But again, I just wanna do it slowly so we don't burn anything. Now, something that you need to know though, is when we're melting chocolate, even just a single drop of water can ruin the whole process. Okay, our chocolate's started melting here now. So I'm gonna go a little bit longer, go 15 seconds this time. Now, just that single drop of water, and what'll happen is our dark chocolate will totally seize up. We don't want that to happen. We're gonna come back to the dark chocolate in a second. White chocolate is almost there. And of course, the times are gonna vary depending on, how powerful your microwave is and things like that. So, Give it another stir, and I think one more round and we'll be good. Yeah, it's mostly melted now. Okay, now back to our dark chocolate. As I mentioned, I've got some that I've melted here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some more non-melted chocolate to it. And help it set a little bit quicker. You know, if we're doing this in larger batches and being a little bit more precise, what I would do is 2/3 of the chocolate melted and then adding 1/3 of the unmelted chocolate to it. And that helps in the tempering process. It's kind of like, you know, a cheating way to temper chocolate. But what happens when you temper chocolate is that it hardens quicker, it's got a nice snap, and it will not bloom. So worth kind of looking into. So we've got our dark chocolate ready now. Let's see if our white chocolate is in fact ready to go. I would say yes. Okay, so let's get these guys out of the way. And let's do our chocolate strawberry ghosts first. I'm just gonna remove the stem. Give it a twist in our chocolate here. Pick it up like so. Now, if they're wet at all, make sure that they're nice and dry. Now, I'm not 100% sure if that's as important as it is with the dark chocolate when you're using white, but I'm pretending like it is. So just get that twisted around. Get it coated on all sides. Okay, perfect. And now, I'm gonna use sprinkles for eyes. A little bit tricky just to get a single sprinkle here. How's that? They're looking like ghosts? I think so. Hey? Yeah. Now how about a mouth? Should we try a mouth? It's got a little chocolate chip there. What do you think? No mouth or mouth? I'll let you decide. I'm just gonna touch up that. And the finishing touch, maybe once this chocolate kind of starts setting a little bit, is to just go like that, and then it looks like the top of a ghost kind of costume. So let's work on some popping chocolate spiders now, shall we? So our melted dark chocolate should be looking pretty good. I've got a little Ziploc bag here. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is just cut a little section off the end there, just a little hole for a piping bag is what this is. Okay, now we'll get a little bit of chocolate in there, and we'll be able to pipe our chocolate legs. Okay, so let's go over here now. And then a couple legs. And you notice I'm doing this on parchment paper. That is by design, so that once this chocolate firms up, it'll be easier to get off, because that parchment paper's got a nice kind of non-stick tendency. So making sure those legs are nice and thick, and then you get a bit of a body on it. Grab a grape, and again, if a drop of water gets in here, that chocolate's just gonna seize, and it kind of gets all bunged up and it ruins it. You can't do anything about it once you get it there. So now, we'll put some hairs on our spider. And the chocolate spiders are out of our handy rutabaga book as well. So there we go. So, all October long, get your Glow for Hope bracelet at Country Grocer. Canadian Cancer Society, you know it's a fantastic cause, helping people who really need it. I've got mine. That brings us to the end of healthy Halloween treats. We covered 3 awesome recipes, I think. Started off with a watermelon monster salad. From there we moved on to some bloody finger hot dogs. And we finished it off with some strawberry ghosts. I mean, fun, scary, cute, all of that, right? We even had a couple of bonus recipes thanks to rutabaga. But my recipes you can find at countrygrocer.com. They're all there for you along with hundreds of others. Thanks for being with us and see you next time. Whoa!
Country Grocer.